I'm Dave Stutz.
I'm Owen Hart.
I'm Victoria Certo.
I'm Nick Caristinos.
And we're American Express.
My name is Victoria Certo. I'm a senior accounting major from Olean, New York. After graduation, I plan to work as an accountant in the operational balance and control department with Key Bank.
Hi, I'm Nick Cack. I'm a senior accounting major from Portland, Maine. After graduation, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do yet. I've been really looking into the finance and accounting industries, and hopefully that will lead me on a path to success after bonus.
Hi, I'm Owen Hart, a senior finance major from Wellsville, New York, and upon graduation, I plan on commissioning in the Army, where I'll serve as an armor officer.
Hi, my name is Dave Stutz. I'm a senior accounting major from Lancaster, New York. I will be graduating this year with an accounting degree and will be returning next year to complete my MBA.
American Express is a multinational financial service company headquartered in Manhattan, New York. American Express was initially founded as a company that shipped valuables in a timely and safe manner from point A to point B. They produced their first line of financial and travelers products at the turn of the 18th century. Most notably, they produced the traveler's check. These protected those traveling from having assets liquidated against their wills. Currently today, American Express has fine-tuned their products and are growing and adapting to the internet age and new needs of customers with the new advancements in technology.
American Express's vision is to provide the world's best customer experience every day. Their mission is to become essential to our customers by providing differentiated products and services to help them achieve their aspirations. Currently, they are putting a large focus on diversity and inclusion. Notably, they were named in the top 200 companies named for best employees for diversity in 2020. The major players within the credit card industry are located centrally in the United States. The top competitors of American Express are MasterCard, Visa, and Discover. Current market exposure is down due to the pandemic, but should see growth within the next couple years. The credit card market is expected to grow in the next coming years. This is because people are beginning to move away from using cash. As time passes and the market changes, credit cards have become the main transaction platform for a source of credit. This is due to the change in no physical commerce and younger generations changing the way that business is done. At American Express, the business model is to bear the financial risk of customers in return for charging a fee for using their platform. From our Porter analysis, we discovered that the main rivals, such as MasterCard and Visa, do not do this, which is why they offer debit cards and Amex does not. In 2007, American Express, on average, brought in 49% more revenue, which is derived from the 2.5% total charge transaction, which on average is about 2 to 4 times more than the competitors. American Express uses the closed loophole model, which allows for ownership and control of the entire value chain. We found that American Express is low in vertical integration because they are pretty much their own supplier and distributor when it comes to what they offer.
Along with the rivals that we mentioned before, American Express's top substitutes are cash, PayPal, and Venmo. Although cash is becoming less and less prevalent, there are still a majority of customers who prefer to use it. We believe PayPal is a top substitute to American Express because it is an online platform with multinational currencies and is included in almost all online payment options. They dominate the e-commerce field and continue to grow in innovation and ways to improve their customer experience. Venmo's growth is a top reason that we believe it is a top substitute for American Express. They offer a millennial mindset and allow banks to link their client accounts and transfer current funds back and forth very quickly. They also offer a card that connects to the app, which allows for the use of funds directly from the user's Venmo balance and their bank account. We believe that they will continue to grow in popularity and market share.
From Amex's annual report, they have a goal of maintaining a direct relationship with card members and merchants. Amex has made investments that have enabled them to maintain strong retention rates and bring in younger customers, including millennials, that want the rewards that Amex is now offering. Amex is expanding leadership in the premium consumer space. They are building on the strong position they have in commercial payments. A top priority that Amex has is to make themselves an essential part of customers' digital lives. A few of their top rewards include a new line of Marriott Bon Voyage Express cards and an upgrade to their Delta co-branded cards as part of their long-term enterprise-level agreement. These features, services, and capabilities that card members value and want to be a part of, which is the reason for their higher customer retention rates.
Another item found in American Express's annual report is that they are building on their commercial payment strength by upgrading the small business platinum cards in a number of countries around the world. They also announced a refresh in their corporate program for larger companies. American Express's dedication to changing technological needs is proven through their partnership with technology industry leaders to simplify their approach to managing cash flows, supplier payments, and invoice management, as well as expanding their accounts payable automation solutions. In order to continue growing in their market, they interviewed 120 millennials about understanding payment behaviors and thoughts about borrowing and spending, and they plan to use this information to learn more about the changing consumer needs and wants.
After assessing Amex the past year, due to COVID-19 being such a large factor in today's society, almost all financial industries have been affected in a large way. We have weighted this the biggest factor for both analysis because we believe it has created the largest impact this year. Please take a few seconds to look at American Express's financials. As you will see, American Express has a current ratio of 1.35, a quick ratio of 2.28, a debt-to-equity ratio of 1.87, accounts receivable of 40.4 million, an earnings per share ratio of 1.30, a PE ratio of 9.2%, and an ROA of 1.61%. Overall, American Express has lost about $8 billion in the fourth quarter of 2020, which has been seen by many other competitors and substitutes. Since COVID has created this larger bad debt expense, Amex has needed to try to control some aspects of their internal climate, which will hopefully free up bad debt and change the expenses around.
As we stated before, there are a lot of top competitors to American Express, such as Discover, Visa, and MasterCard. This has limited the industry and market growth over the past few years because not many new entrants were able to come into the industry and move around without being dominated by the top 1% of companies. Going forward, the only way the market will be able to expand is with technology growth and company-owned patents, which may help lead certain top 1%ers to large margins in revenues. As stated before, American Express has made investments that have enabled them to maintain strong retention rates with their customers and bring in younger customers with their technology platforms that they are coming out with. Through their goals to improve client relations and technology, they will continue to stay at the top of the financial services market in the 1%.
Amex has become an industry innovator in becoming paperless, reducing speed on transactions, credit card fraud, identity theft, online account management, data collection with risk factors, and reward progress. Basically, they are using new technology to fight fraud from happening, but the threat of a breach is always a concern. They are also leading in the innovation of ethical programs and satisfaction. With platforms like Venmo and PayPal still leading and gaining popularity, the old infrastructure of carrying a wallet and cards is in the past. So it is important for American Express to keep up with their app and fraud detection, so they are included in virtual payment options.
Through their strong brand name, American Express is looking to promote new technology changes in their app. As an example of their technology improvements, we have our guest speaker, Ian Joseph, to talk to us about American Express.
So, hi, I'm Ian Joseph, American Express Gold member since 2020. So one important or really interesting thing that Amex has been doing is they partnered with Venmo, and they have this new feature called Send and Split. So basically what they allow you to do is if a charge appears on your account, say I spent $50, what it does is it allows you to then send through your Amex app a fee to Venmo users where they can then pay it through their Venmo and it comes back to the app and then pays off that transaction.
You can look at American Express's company history and see that they have been innovative since the time they first delivered travelers' checks that were valid in Europe during World War I. As you just heard from Ian Joseph, they are looking to introduce millennials into their market. They have grown their reputation and now their cards are accepted all around the world. Being such a powerful credit card company requires you to use that innovation in collaboration with other companies to continue success in any market in any part of the country. Customers just like Ian are impressed with the technological improvements and rewards that American Express brings.
Currently, American Express has pursued investing into companies this past year. When looking into their cash flow statement, we see that they spent about $7.7 billion the past year to pursue the expansion. Whether these expenses went into affiliate companies, new startups, technologies gain, and etc., this was all used to help the company pursue a new outlook on future advancements. American Express also rolled out a new program for business owner plans, which come with specific new rollouts that benefit certain card owners. They have also started new plans for startup companies, which will help for managing funds and expenses, as well as extending a helping hand to the newly made company. American Express is also getting into the cell phone protection industry, which is something that has only really been offered by cell phone brands and cell phone providers themselves. It offers to cover expenses if your cell phone is stolen, damaged, and it also includes a cracked screen. It will be available on 12 of the U.S. consumer and small businesses cards that American Express offers. They will reimburse you for the damage or theft of your eligible phone. The protection plan was rolled out on April 1st, 2021. This is a unique market to get into and will hopefully bring more customers to American Express.
We believe that their current scope is successful for American Express. We do believe they could add a line of debit cards. However, with their current business strategy, they are doing very well. To add a line of debit cards that aren't prepaid, we think they should partner with a bank similar to what Visa and other competitors do, and add a line of debit cards for members of those banks and leverage their assets and money through that. Since they already offer prepaid debit cards, adding a line of not prepaid would open their business to a new market and new perks and rewards could be offered. The rewards that Amex added and offered for customers help us understand how they plan to keep retention during COVID-19 and will continue to do so.
Safe options for travel spending. COVID-19 pandemic caused a decrease in travel. As we entered 2020 with a new viral pandemic, many travel advisories and travel bans were put into place to withhold a health, civil, and international life. Almost all countries during 2020 had closed ports and airways into and exiting their countries. The CDC has since updated its travel bans and policies which affect multinational companies like Amex. With the current status we are in, the CDC has since made some movements into quarantine and negative PCR COVID tests, which will allow occupants to go to and from the U.S. without hassle, hopefully leading to more international business and more needed travel insurance. Gross margin has taken a hit in the past 18 months because of the pandemic for Amex. These losses that we have suffered will need to be made up for the coming years. Within the past year, it has shown a 17.15% decrease in gross margin. This has shown heavy disposition within the company and kept Amex on the edge. Losing about $7 billion in gross margin will drastically affect Amex's control on the industry and pull from client experience, which is due to low available wage set gaps, and that makes a well-known and established worker driven away, which will potentially affect Amex as a whole company. Strong brand portfolio and changing consumer buying habits for Amex. The American Express brand is well-known across the world, multinational. When you see the brand name and logo, it is quickly associated with strong financial institutions that have provided customers with quality service over the years.
It is our opinion that the largest struggle for American Express is the high attrition rate seen across their workforce, which leads to a lack of experienced personnel. This is a problem as it leads to inconsistency and constant changes of company policies and practices. With technology changing and most traveling expenses being put on credit or debit cards now, there has been a decline in traveler checks usage, leading to the loss of business. Most recently, with the extreme decrease in traveling due to the global pandemic, this sector of American Express's business is all but obsolete. Product forecasting and lack of research and development for technology should be improved on in the coming years to keep up with the changing environment of technology. This is needed to keep up with other companies who are rapidly advancing their technology. Technology advancements are being made by banks such as the addition of Zelle, which uses similar technology as Venmo to make transactions between people and bank accounts. Although, as we stated, American Express and Venmo are working together, there are still a lot of improvements the two of the firms can make together.
With most businesses struggling given COVID, we recommend that they use their reserves to continue success, but make a plan for products and benefits to ensure that if this ever occurs again, customers will be taken care of and safe during times of extreme financial disaster. This would increase business and customer population, as American Express would be seen more as a safety net.
Our second suggestion is to look to reforming travelers' checks or travel incentives for customers. This is a product that built American Express and is still very applicable. Coming up with and improving the travelers' checks to better fit the customer needs of 2021 would be a great asset for this firm.
Earlier in the video, we stated that they should expand into debit cards, and we recommend that they should expand into normal banking, allowing checkings and savings accounts. Although their strategy is perceived with wealth and exclusivity, we think this could be a way to expand their market after a few losses due in the past year to the pandemic. If they start looking to expand their product line and apply pressure to their already loyal customer base, we predict this would be successful for Amex.
Next, we recommend that American Express puts a higher amount of resources and emphasis into research and development to maintain being a leader in the industry and follow trends of consumer technology in the financial world.
Our last recommendation would be that American Express focuses their marketing efforts and products on a more domestic basis. This would ensure a strong basis of business and would lead to success when it comes to the inevitable pickup in U.S. travel following the pandemic. We think that with the vaccine regulations for international travel, it may be a good strategy for American Express to focus domestically for the next couple of years.